And welcome. In this video tutorial, we're going to talk about one of the relatively new features of StreetWise, just added here in 2020. It's called our premise alert feature. Now let's first talk about what a premise alert is. It's a way to very quickly and obviously alert emergency responders of some sort of a condition or issue at a particular address that might present a danger or a concern to emergency responders. In that way, it's a little bit similar to a pre-plan, but in this case it's something so important that we want to make it very obvious, and we want to present that right on the alert screen. So here you see an example in front of you of premise alert. In this particular case, the location of 110 Marketplace Avenue in Mooresville has bulk oxygen tanks in the basement. Now that's certainly something they'd want to include in the pre-plan, but it's also poses enough of a danger to emergency responders that we want to make them aware of it right from the beginning. As soon as they look at the call, we want them to be aware of this. So this can be used for all kinds of things. It can be hazmat, it can be a large angry dog at that location, or it could be a number of other things that might generate a need for a premise alert. So we've created this system to allow our clients to add premise alerts for any specific address that would then pop up on the screen when they get a call on their tablet. Now, to be fair, a lot of CAD systems do have premise alert capability. Not all of them do, and not all of them are easily accessible by the fire department. And that's why we've made this system available as a potential alternate for those departments that do not have access or cannot readily make use of any premise alert system that might be present in their CAD system. So again, it's not designed to necessarily take the place, but it is offered as a supplement to that, and in some cases it may be easier to use our system than the one that's present in the CAD system. So let's talk about how these premise alerts get there. And for that, we're going to go to our web portal and take a look at our screen there. All right, now we've logged into our web portal. This is our demo account, Mooresville. It's what we use for demos and testing and things like that. I'm going to go ahead and get my main menu out of the way so that we can demonstrate this a little easier. And I'm going to look for the tab called Premise Alerts. You see that right here. This is a list of all the premise alerts that we currently have in our system right now. Again, it's a very simple table. There's the address on the left. That's what we're going to match to what is coming from your CAD system. So this has to be exactly the way that it would be received from your CAD system. And then over on the right, we have the actual content of the alert, or what will be displayed on the tablet when a call is dispatched to this particular address. It's a pretty basic table. So let's show you how you can make a new alert. First, we're going to go ahead and put the department into edit mode by hitting the pencil icon at the top. That's the master edit mode pencil. And down here you can see we have a new button. We'll go ahead and hit the new button, and you can see a very simple detail screen pops out that allows you to create a new premise alert. There's a good set of instructions here, again, reminding you that the address must be exactly as it would be received from your CAD system. Gives you a couple tips on that, but quite simply, you're just going to put the address in here. We'll call it 189 Test Street, Mooresville, North Carolina. And then the alert content will say, this is only a test alert. All right, so we have that entered, and we're going to hit OK, and you can see that we've now created a new test alert. Pretty simple. Now you can also edit existing alerts if you need to. Let's say that we've made a mistake back here on 475 River Highway with the alarm code. Here we've shown the alarm code at 4713 pound. Let's fix that. We'll hit the pencil icon. That puts that alert back into edit mode, and we'll change that to 4717 pound. We'll hit OK, and then once we've done that, we can hit save, and all of those are now active. We can also remove any text premise alerts that we don't need anymore. Here we have one for 123 Hughes Lane in Mooresville, North Carolina, and you can see it says exotic pet tiger in enclosure at rear home. Well, let's hope they got rid of that tiger, and once they did, we're going to want to get rid of the premise alert as well. So again, with it in edit mode, which we are, we'll come down here and highlight the checkbox next to 123 Hughes Lane in Mooresville, and simply hit the delete. It'll allow us to delete that, and now that's gone. Now we've created a very convenient way for you to import premise alerts in the event that your list changes frequently and you need to upload that list from say an Excel spreadsheet, which is what we're going to use in this example. Now our import-export process is pretty thorough, but I'm going to give you a couple of hints. One is start by exporting to an Excel file. Now we can accept either XLS or XLSX. Those are two different types of Excel spreadsheet files. Those are the only two file types that can be imported right now. A good way to start is by exporting your current list, even if the list is empty, because that's going to create a very nice template in Excel for you to use. So we're going to go ahead and export this current list, and we're going to save it as premise alerts to our desktop. Now, on my computer, I've gone ahead and opened that Excel file, and you can see that it does indeed contain all of my existing premise alerts right here in the screen. On the left, you have the address. On the right, you have the alert. So from here, I can simply begin adding additional premise alerts if I want to. I can start to put in more addresses, and that's what I'm going to do. I'll be back in just a moment. All right, now here we have our spreadsheet where I've added 7 additional alerts. You can see I created some addresses on the left and just simply put in some numbered premise alert tests on the right. But we've added 7 new alerts to the screen here, and we're going to import those. Before I do that, let me make mention of the way our system works. If you give us a completely matching premise alert, meaning that the address and the alert are identical, we'll just ignore it. We'll consider it a repeat, an accident, and we'll simply ignore that and won't import it. If you give us a matching address but a new alert text, we're going to append or add that alert text to the previous alert text. So if you didn't want the previous alert text anymore, you wanted to replace it, you need to delete that old premise alert first, then do the import, and you'll only get the new one. If, of course, it's not a matching address and not a matching alert, we're just going to create a new one. So here we've added that. We're going to go ahead and save our spreadsheet, just save it to our desktop, and then we're going to go on back. All right, now we're going to come back to our web portal, and you can see at the top we have a button called Import Premise Alerts, and that's what we're going to be using right now. So we're going to go ahead and hit the Import Premise Alert button, and that's going to allow us to browse for a file. Again, it can be an XLSX or an XLS. Either of those are Excel spreadsheets. We'll hit browse, and we're going to go and look for our table, which is called Copy of Premise Alerts. We'll open that, and you can see that the file has been ingested by our system and sits right there. I'll hit OK. The system will go through some validation. The file upload occurs, and lo and behold, look at that, all these new premise alerts have been added to the system automatically. So they're there, and it's very easy to do that import. All right, that's it for premise alerts. We hope this feature works well for you. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.